That's it. Oh, we're live! Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the Video Game Collectors Collecting Video Games podcast. We've got some heritage sales to talk about. So, the big auction happened over the weekend, and all these, like, YouTubers are all like, oh, market manipulation and money laundering. If you wanted to launder money, you would put your Monero through Asian cryptocurrency exchanges and then put them onto paper wallets you could transport in suitcases anonymously around the world. And market manipulation? All right, let's take a look at some high-end auction sales for classy individuals. Oh, TMNT Hyperstone Heist, $66,000. I mean, obviously everyone knows this game. It's sort of the worst version of the game everyone actually loves, Turtles in Time. You might remember playing Turtles in Time at the arcade or at your friend's house, and then you're like, I've got a game just like this on my Sega Genesis. You guys want to come over and play? And they're all like, no. And that's a great example of where the market's at right now. Basically, the only thing that fucking matters is that your game says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it, and fuck everything else. So here's KO Flying Squadron, $4,500, so you could have bought 15 sealed KO Flying Squadrons, if 15 even exist, for the price of shrink wrap on a $150 Turtles game. I mean, it's pretty fair, because again, it does say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the box. The last CIB of this on eBay, like not even a super mint CIB, went for like $3,000. If you're a Sega collector, it's like traditionally one of the rarest and most sought after games, even just CIB. This guy, he saved this game for 25 years. He paid hundreds of dollars to have it graded, insured, shipped all over the place, sent to heritage auctions. He made it into the biggest video game auction of all time, and he received a $0 premium over what he would just get for opening it up and selling it on eBay. So I respect the collectible entrepreneurs out there. Just keep the grind going, man. You gotta hustle. Oh, here's a mint condition Hagane, which sold for $23,000, an objectively out of control nonsense price to pay for a video game. But I heard a lot of people chattering about this one, saying it was maybe underpriced, and I tend to agree with them. I mean, I get it. This is like a cult game, and there were some liars who lied about it being a Blockbuster exclusive, and no one gave a fuck about this game until 10 years ago when someone made a YouTube video. But, you know, the Mount Rushmore of games right now, you look at those super top sales, it's like Mario, Zelda, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, and I think there's a spot up there, 75,000, 100,000, 125,000 for this game with those. So Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Hagane, the final conflict. Here's a Tomb Raider for the Sega Saturn, the sort of kind of first edition of Tomb Raider. It did come out first on Saturn in Europe. I bid $800 for this. I was pretty close to getting to the $12,000 that it sold for. Oh, it's not in perfect condition. It's in 9.8 A plus condition. That means you're paying to feel really good, but you're actually gonna feel really bad because you bought an A plus like a fucking idiot. And oh yeah, so here's a hole up here. And oh, we scroll down, I bet we can find something else. Holy fuck! Okay, so here's what you gotta understand about the Wada scale. This wasn't an A++ game. It was merely an A+ game. Exceptional condition. A seal that's in near mint condition, but has a few small flaws that are not very distracting, can have light scuffs or other detracting marks, but no holes. So as you can see, this Tomb Raider totally met the criteria for an A+ seal, I think. All right, here's the real version of Tomb Raider for not little Sega baby bitch boys. $144,000 for a 9.4 A. A, of course, being Wada's codename for a game that is barely above CIB. This is just proving that Sega games don't matter, guys. I mean, what about Hyperstone Heist? Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Wow. This is it, guys. Final Fantasy VII, 9.88 plus. I don't even know what version this is. Masterpiece, great. What? The buyer didn't know what version it is either, so it doesn't matter. $144,000. This buyer knew what he was doing. He was paying for quality. Do you remember that Tomb Raider with the fucked up seal before? This seal is less fucked up. Look at this tiny little hole for $144,000 compared to the big gaping Tomb Raider hole. I'll be totally happy to have a tiny little hole in my $144,000 Final Fantasy. But there's a bonus. He also got a free friend. There's a fruit fly dead center in the middle of the box art, and it's on the white background, so you'll never forget he's there. This is the quality that people are buying and you're missing out because you're sitting on the sidelines, not pressing bid. This is a sale I've been waiting for. A near mint Pokemon Blue misprint. This is both the rarest and earliest verifiable release of either Pokemon Red or Blue. It's about 5 times rarer than other early prints of Pokemon Blue. The earliest known Reds were produced up until like 1999. So there's a huge production window. This Blue, we know it was before the trading card game, it was before the anime. This is the game that introduced the world to Pikachu and Misty and Professor Oak and Gyarados and Mewtwo. They didn't know what was about to hit them when this particular variant came out. Oh, never mind. A Pokemon Red in the same exact grade sold for $36,000 more because Charizard go brrrr. Oh, wow. Here's a Chavez 2 sealed. Oh, $564. This game is fucking garbage. Literally one of the lowest selling items of the entire auction, which kind of makes sense because, you know, it had a limited release only in a single region of the country. Heritage is calling this an enhanced port of the 1993 Super NES game Boxing Legends of the Ring. So guys, I've done the research, and enhanced port means that they changed the English text to Spanish and they removed the English vocals because it's in Spanish now. So this game is pretty common, which is why I'm sure it's sold so low. Let's go just check it out on eBay real quick. And for the Super Nintendo version, we do have this one cartridge for sale in a $100 lot, and it's completely and totally utterly fucked up. And that's the only cart for sale. They must have all sold after this auction. And no carts, no CIB or sealed in eBay solds. It's pretty much, it's so worthless, no one even wants to sell it. Oh my fucking god, Oddworld Adventures sold for $1,300? Deal Tavern just had this for $30. I was thinking to myself, oh, it might be novel to have a random-ass Game Boy game no one cares about for $30, but I'm listening to this fucking podcast and they're like, you should only buy things that further your actual collecting goals. Yeah, well now it's worth $1,300 fucking dollars. Great idea, podcast. Just buy anything. That's the moral of this live stream. Wow, Sonic Adventures sold for $3,600? I mean, it makes sense in a way. It is the key title where the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise went to die. I mean, it's not like you're on social media and you just see people posting 4,000 sealed copies of Sonic. What the fuck? All right, here's a Call of Duty Finest Hour, $2,800, first Call of Duty game. Just don't fact check that. Well, the market for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out has just absolutely collapsed. First print of Minecraft Xbox 360 edition for $5,520. That's like a price appreciation of only $2,200 in the past 12 days. Frankly, that's fucking embarrassing. Josh, get out there and hype this. Here's a mint Daydreamin' Davy sold for $10,000. It's actually sold to my friend Chris, shout out. He's gonna put it on the top shelf of his World of Nintendo cabinet. People are going to walk into the room and be like, holy shit, is that a sealed mint Daydreamin' Davy? And he's just gonna be like, yeah, I could have bought 2 KO Flying Squadrons and had $1,000. But this is the shit. No one has this. So here's kind of an interesting one. Bart and the Beanstalk. Not because it's rare as fuck, not because it's sold for $17,000. This was actually a once-in-a-generation buying opportunity. This was a chance to own Simpsons video game history. Once in a generation? I've never seen that on a Heritage auction description. This was it. This was my chance. You can't get this again. Congratulations to the buyer. Heritage is confirming this will never be for sale again in our lifetimes. You can't get the fuck stadium events, fuck Nintendo World Championships. Holy shit. Oh, I could just make an offer to the buyer right here. Now, this is fucking crazy. A sealed first production Super Mario Land. Like, I've never even seen one of these sealed. You go look at a variant guide, so the first 2 variants have green screenshots on the back, and then the second print has this for sale and use in USA line, but the first print doesn't have that line, and it's super fucking rare. So, I mean, we can just go here, got those green screenshots on the back, we zoom in, we're not gonna see for sale and use in what the fuck? Zelda, Ocarina of Time, perfect condition standard release, $228,000. That's it. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say except whoever bought this, they're going to spend the rest of their life starting every conversation trying to convince the other party that the standard release of Ocarina of Time is more condition sensitive and rarer than the collector's edition release, even though the other party already thinks the collector's edition one looks cooler. Halo, the game for kids who couldn't afford computers in the early 2000s. They finally got an FPS of their own. $31,200. So there's a $31,185 premium on the seal, and good on the buyer. They were able to get an A seal for that. All I got to say is, Dan, I'm gonna need you to take down your want to buy ad for Halo where you're offering $2,000, because it's really embarrassing. It's making you look like a fucking poor. Here it is, the Queen Zelda. Amazing sale because it's not mint and it's not the first print, but it's still sold gangbusters. There's like one minor description quibble I had. It does say only one other variant precedes the offered NES-R variant, and that's the NES TM variant, and there's only one of those. I mean, if you really look at this, it has a 3-screw cartridge in it, and there was a variant before this sold in this box, but it came with a 5-screw cartridge. I mean, it's just 2 screws. No one's crazy enough to count screws on a cartridge like a maniac and have there be a price difference for it. And really, it only sold for $870. $870,000! And finally, Super Mario 64 for $1.56 million. That went cheap.